girls, welcome back to my channel. So excited to be back with the Bratz challenge. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I was too excited that I forgot to even do an intro and outro for this challenge, so I apologize about that. But hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you do, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and comment below. And if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe and turn on your notifications bell so you know exactly when I post a new video. Thank you again so much for watching, and if you want to learn how I create this look, please stay tuned. The first thing that I'm going to do is apply an eye base as per usual, and I'm going to be using the eyeshadow potion from Urban Decay, which is one of my favorites, and it has a skin tone base, but they also have a clear one in case you don't want it to show like this. And I am blending it out with a beauty blender. Then I am moving on to my Sultry palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I am using this shadow that is a cool brown, very neutral, and it's gonna help me to transition my other shades and blend out the darker shades that I am applying next. I'm applying this shadow with a BH Cosmetics brush from the Rose Gold collection, and I'm applying this right on my crease, doing windshield wiper motion back and forth from the outer corner to the inner corner. And you want to make sure that this is well blended out upward to the tail of the brow, so that way your eyes are very elongated and almond shade like. And once you have the eyeshadow as deep as you want it to, I am going to deepen my crease with this darker brown shade, and I am keeping all the shadows on the cool side, and I am applying this with a smaller brush. This one is the 221S from MAC Cosmetics, and as you can see, I am applying this shadow right on the crease, right where my eye folds, and I'm actually applying it a little bit above that just because I want to make the illusion of a bigger lid, because my lid is small, but I do have so much space at the top. So I am going to just deepen that area right there, and as you can see, I'm also blending out upward to the tail of the brow. This doesn't have to be perfect because we are going to carve that crease, and I am going to be using the Tarte Cosmetics Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Light, and I am basically applying this concealer right in the center of my eye. And literally a cool trick is you open your eye, and right where the base kind of like hits your crease, that's exactly where it needs to be. Like, that's exactly where you're gonna cut your crease. And I am using a smaller brush. I don't know the brand of this brush, but I'll list all the brushes down below. And I am basically doing dabbing motions and cutting that crease, and I am taking my time. This actually doesn't have to be super perfect because I am going to go back with a gel liner from Dose of Colors, this one that it's a dark brown, and with a brush from Tarte Cosmetics for the eyeliner, I am going to really accentuate that crease and making sure that it's nice and dark and deep, because the Bratz doll, they all have a very defined crease. So that's what I'm trying to accomplish here. So with once you place it, it doesn't have to be perfect. You want to go back real quick with an angle brush and basically diffuse all the edges, so that way it looks like smoky and also defined at the same time. But you can go back and forth with a little bit of shadow if you're having difficulties, but you want to make sure you're quick because these gel liners dry so fast, so you want to make sure that you do this very fast. So once you have that very nice and crisp and defined, you want to now use a very white eyeshadow, and I'm using this one from the James Charles palette and Morphe, and I'm applying this right all over my lid. And as you can see now, my lid looks a little bigger, and that was the goal. So now we are placing this with a Tarte brush, and once you finish that, I am going back with the same small brush from MAC and diffusing all the edges, so that way those shadows don't look very patchy. And I am using the 266S brush from MAC, which is an angle brush, and I'm using this shadow, which is the blackest of the palette. And I am basically tracing a liner first before applying the gel liner, because I'm using the Inglad, and that is my absolutely favorite gel liner when I want something that is black, that lasts a very long time, but it's also very tricky to use, because if you're just beginning, if you're just learning, I wouldn't recommend it, because it's dry super fast, it's super black, and once it's set, it's not going anywhere. It can get very messy and very frustrating. So I just love this when I want something that it's super like dramatic and crispy and beautiful. And anyway, love this gel liner, by the way. And I love this angle brush, this brush from Tarte to do my liner, which is very pointy and it looks like a painter brush. So I love that. But I also use an amplifier mirror, place it at the bottom of my face, and as you can see, I'm looking down and I can see all the space of my eye, and I can really make that eyeliner work and be crisp and very detailed. So that's my tip. Use an amplifier mirror, place it at the bottom of your face, so that way you're looking down, and voila, here's your gel liner. So now moving on, I am using just once I have that liner, I always like to go back and apply a little bit more shadow right on that crease to accentuate it and make sure everything is nice and blended. And now I'm using this mascara from Maybelline. This is not a waterproof mascara. So if you're looking for a waterproof, this is not waterproof. I'm just using it, and I love to use this one when I'm using fake lashes and when I know I'm taking my makeup right off, or I am filming, or kind of like that sort of thing, because it's easy to take off. And yeah, so I was going to go to sleep right after filming this look and filming this challenge for you guys, because it was so late. But anyway, so I applied the iconic lashes from House of Lashes, and then I am going back with this more nude color from the palette and applied right on my brow bone to just make sure everything is nice and diffused with this flat brush from Beramona. And I am moving on now to the bottom of my eye, and I'm using the Kiss New York Professional eye pencil, and it is white. First time using these pencils, and I love how they work. They're super bright and they are very pigmented. This actually reminded me a lot of the Milk Jumbo pencil from NYX. I even think it's better, the formula, because it doesn't feel sticky on the eye. And I placed this on my waterline and also right on my skin. Like, as you can see, I don't even know how to explain this part, but you guys are seeing where I'm placing this white pencil. And then with an angle brush and a little bit of black eyeshadow, I'm literally drawing a line very tight to my waterline and also connecting it to the inner corner, and like almost connecting it, but this is making my eyes appear larger and also keeping the almond shape effect. And I am cleaning up a little bit with this Bioderma micellar water. It's not oily and it cleans super well everything. And this is a pencil from Smashbox, and I'm cleaning up the edges because the Bratz doesn't have any blending on her eyeliner. So yes, we want to make sure that this is very defined. And once I do that, I am going back with my Shape Tape concealer, applying this to just make sure everything is nice and white underneath my eye to make my eyes pop. And I am also defining that liner once again just to make sure it's super sharp. And once I do that, I am going to blend everything with my beauty blender. And I just love this concealer. It's so nice. Love it. Once I apply the concealer, I am moving on to translucent powder. I am using this one from Derma Blend. Love how it works, and it doesn't give me flashback. I know a lot of people ask me this question, but no, I use this all the time. It never gives me any flashback. I think it will give you flashback if you leave any residue, or I'll suggest you just apply setting spray all over your face and it won't give you anything, but it just sets everything so perfectly without changing the color of your concealer. Because sometimes when translucent powders have a little bit of color, it just changes the concealer color and it's just weird. I don't know, that's just how I feel about it. And I'm using here the Push Up Angel mascara from Maybelline, and I am using this bronzer from Laura Mercier Soleil 1, and I am not defining any of my, I'm not trying to make my face like super defined, because the Bratz they don't have their face, they're more on the rounder side, and they don't have a lot of definition on their face. So I think they just have like a little bit of blush. So I'm just like literally just bronzing my face just to make me a little bit more alive, but I'm not really defining too much around my face. And then I am moving on to the lips. I am using Whirl Lip Pencil from MAC Cosmetics, and I am literally overdrawing the crap out of my lips. So I'm starting with my bottom lip and really accentuating the bottom, so really bringing that pencil down. And I am making my top lip very thick on the sides and also on my cupid's bow, bringing it up, and just taking my time making that lip bigger. There we go. Once I do that, I am moving on to this metallic lipstick from Too Faced. I'm going to leave the name down below because I can't remember it from the top of my head. But I actually really love this color. It's like a peach tone, like a nude peach. So pretty. And I love it because it gives like a nice like shimmer like look to it once it dry. It's like I don't know, like a dimension of color, like a metallic lipstick. And I love that because the Bratz doll in the photo that I was going for, she had like a lot of dimension on her lips, so I love that. And I basically left that a little bit of the pencil showing just because she really had that very defined, and yeah, she wasn't scared of that lip liner. And now I am using a little bit of bronzer and applying it right on the cupid's bow, right in the middle. And this is going to make that top lip appear a little bigger and more pronounced. That's like a little trick also that you can do. It's so cool what it does. And I am using here a Revlon lip gloss. I'm going to leave all the names down below. This is also like a peach tone. So pretty. And this just gives, I was looking at the picture and just giving the lips a little bit of highlights around the edges just so they look more popped, like more popped out. You know what I mean? And that's it for the lips. And now I am moving on to put a little bit of blush, and I am using this one from Mercier, which is called Fresco. Love it because it's a soft peach tone with a little bit of flecks of shimmer, but it wasn't even shimmer, it was just like a speckles of something in there. It was so pretty. Love this blush. It's called Fresco, and I am just applying this with a brush from Fenty Beauty, the same one that I used for my bronzer. And this is basically it. Now we are going to finalize the look and put in a beauty mark next to my lip, because the picture that I was looking at, she had a little beauty mark there, and it looked so cute and sexy at the same time. So I used a little bit of shadow, a little bit of translucent powder, and voila. This is the final look for the face. Now give me a second, I'll put on my wig and call it a Bratz doll challenge. Here we go. Here's the hair. We have the shades. Thank you. Shout out to my little sister for letting me borrow her favorite shades. There's the goggles. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching until the end. Thank you for all the support. Please leave a comment below. Let me know your thoughts. Hope you guys enjoy it. Don't forget to share and with your friends and makeup besties, and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't so. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye.